Hi guys, welcome to the channel. In this video we will be talking about the deep talent of the performer class, the newest class in Dragon Raja, and also we'll cover the auto combat mode for the class for anyone that wants to use the auto combat. But before we jump into that, I need to address something about the last guide video for this class. And I get the vibe that because we used a level 130 character or account for that guide video, people think that the guide video is for only level 130s, and I get requests about making a guide video for level 140s or a guide video as well for the deep talents of level 150s, also for level 200s. That guide video is not just for a certain level, it is not just for level 130s, it is for every level in the game. I also stressed about the EXs, and I showed you the deep talents that you should unlock when you are using certain EXs with this class. I hope you guys understand that now, but in this video we will talk about the deep talents. I will go further here in the deep talents to explain about the certain deep talents that are important for this class again, so you can fully understand it, and after that we'll talk about the auto combat and stuff. So one thing you will want to know is this is the PvP build, and it is also the same as the spam build from the other guide video. I just named it PvP here because I want to encapsulate both builds in this single deep talent. And over here we have the PvE build. It covers basically the PvE. Now in the combat settings, when you are using the PvP build, you will want to use the PvP combat settings, and when you are using the PvE build, you will want to use the PvE combat settings. I hope you guys understand that, because we're about to jump into the deep talent section. And I will first of all point out the important deep talents you must have unlocked regardless of your level, as long as you have this class. Now the first deep talent we will talk about will be these two right here, Magic Time, and this one down here, Silver Wolf. Both of these deep talents are very important because they are based on the EX you use. Now I suggested that you use Void Mirror, which is this EX right here, for PvP. So in your PvP deep talent section, you will want to have Magic Time unlocked because Magic Time deals with Void Mirror. Meanwhile, the other deep talent here, Silver Wolf, you will not unlock it. Do not put anything into it at all if you are not using the Moonfall EX, because it's going to be a waste of 7 deep talent points. But if you do decide to use Moonfall EX in your own PvP build, that is this EX right here, you will definitely, yes, need to unlock this deep talent Silver Wolf and ignore the Magic Time deep talent. If you are going to do that, then you will of course want to change some things here, because there are some things here that specify Moonfall. An example is S level talent. These two, the yellow and the green one, specifies Moonfall in them, so you will want to change them to obtain the best possible gain from the EX that you can. And then you might also want to change the C level talent Luminous Jade to maybe any one of these. I think Heartstring that deals with Moonfall, but that is up to you as well, and I have not tested that build. Basically you are changing the entire build. I'm going to say it again. In the PvP build, use Magic Time for Void Mirror EX. If you are using Void Mirror EX, unlock Magic Time. Do not unlock Silver Wolf. If you are not using Void Mirror, if you are using the Moonfall EX, then you can unlock Silver Wolf and do not unlock Magic Time. Now let's jump to the blue before we come back to this green and why I say you should unlock this green tree at the far left. The things you will want to unlock in the blue section is 1, Raven's Cage, which is amazing for your 4th skill, which is Gathering Storm right here. You will want Raven's Cage to be unlocked to increase the damage you deal with that skill. Now after you unlock Raven's Cage, that is this one here, you want to go down and unlock Displacement Trick, because it still affects that same number 4 skill, and it helps you time lock your opponents and slow them down. So pretty good for control and to help you deal more damage to your opponents by them being stunned and you not taking more damage because they are being stunned and trying to get out of time lock and stuff. Now another deep talent that's very important in this blue section, still in the blue section, is this far right section right here, which is the increases the damage of Thunder Toss. Thunder Toss is your 5th skill. This one, that is Thunder Toss. So you will want to unlock that to increase the damage of Thunder Toss, and then you can just go further down here to get more balls for your Thunder Toss. And then finally this very important one, Doomsday Rhythm, that has a chance with your Thunder Toss skill to execute your opponent with 5% health or below. Now in the middle section, one thing you will want to get is this one down here for Sacred Flow, which increases your damage and movement speed, because your movement speed ties to the red section right here that gives you buff based on your movement speed and all those things. We'll get to that when we talk about it. Now the green section of the green tree right here is important because it counters the blue. This after image dance actually removes the slow effect of displacement trick, and if the slow stacks do not reach 5, your opponent will not be time locked. So this basically counters this displacement trick, and then you want to keep going down to use this in case you do get stunned by the time lock effect. This can remove the time lock effect when you use your number 3 skill, and your number 3 skill is this one right here. And the final one is pretty okay. It just silences your opponent and reduces their CDR. The silence is the most important thing right here because it's another form of debuff to your opponent, which means they won't be able to use their class skills to deal damage to you for a couple seconds, in this case 3 seconds. And finally, for the red version or the red deep talent tree, what you will want to unlock first of all is all this at the far or the middle. Go all the way down, keep unlocking all of this, and if you can get all the way to Phantom Cradle, you will be absolutely golden because this increases your damage boost by a lot. Now if you have leftovers, what you will want to get, of course, is go for the left here, Thunder Spiral and Stellar Inferno. This is what we're going for because it just increases your damage of the number 1 skill by a lot. And the right section of the deep talents, of the red deep talent, is pretty good. It's mainly focused on your second skill, but in our build we are not really focused on the second skill, we are more focused on the first and third skill. But so you can still get that. I'm not saying you shouldn't get that. If you have enough deep talent points, unlock all of them like I just did, and you should be good to go. Now for the PvE deep talent of this class, I don't think this class is really made for PvE. There's a lot of the deep talents that are focused more for PvP and stuff. So I'm going to show you the deep talents you can unlock. First, you will want to get Silver Wolf because it's focused on Moonfall, and Moonfall is a very good PvE EX, especially for increasing our damage and stuff. Then after unlocking Moonfall, in the blue section right here, let's talk about the blue section. The only thing you want to unlock in this far right is this Snow River Curse and probably Spider Riddle. Just get these two right here. Do not bother with these other ones down here because they are for PvP and this is a PvE build. I don't really think there's any monster in PvE that you need to reduce their shield. I think it's just pure immunity shields that they have, and those aren't affected by this. I don't think so. Then you also have Doomsday Rhythm, which is for PvP players. Monsters are not players, so this is useless in PvE. Then next, what you want to unlock is Raven Cage to increase the damage of your Gathering Storm. Do not unlock this. Do not unlock this at all, it's not useful. And then you want to go for this middle section, unlock all of it all the way to here. Azure Sky Song. Do not unlock this down one, Overclock Rhythm. It's not useful for PvE. Then in the middle section here, the green section, I already told you can unlock Silver Wolf. What next you need to unlock are everything, or is everything down here all the way to here. You can stop here. You don't need to unlock this one because it's for PvP, and you don't really need this in PvE as well. But I'm going to say this later on, you might still need to come back and unlock some of all of these other things, not because they are useful in PvE, but because you will need them to unlock this essence tree for this class, and it requires you to have at least 40 deep talent points in this green tree. Then for the red section, I think you can go for every single thing in the red section. They are all very useful for PvE, except I believe, was it one of these actually, I think this one, Neon Rune or whatever it's called, I don't think it's that useful for PvE, so you might not unlock this at all, but it's still pretty okay I guess if you die a lot in PvE, so you could unlock that. And that's basically it for the deep talent section. Now let's talk about the PvP and PvE auto combat, and we're right here in the PvE section of the class. This is what you will want to use if you want to use auto for the class. I think there are probably other PvE builds as well, but this is just one of the funny ones I like using. Now basically you're trying to deal as much damage as possible with this, so we're starting with number 2 to increase the damage we deal to our opponents by having this number 2 on them, and then we go number 4 and number 5, and then we have number 3 I believe, and number 1. So it's just basically that. I think that's the rotation. It's nothing too crazy, but you can have a better one if you want. Let's jump right into here and see exactly how much damage we can do or how the rotation works. So that's number 2, number 4, and the monsters are quite spaced apart from us, so I guess before we can do everything our cooldown has reset, so it's pretty good. And I think the rotation is pretty okay. You can have Moon 4 EX as well here. You can just be clicking the Moon 4 EX yourself, and that's all for the auto build for the PvE. Now let's check out the PvP auto build. Now in the PvP build, I'm focused more on us not getting stunned because we are playing against other players. So definitely we are starting with number 3 here that gives us super ammo. So I'll show you a quick rotation. You start with number 3 for super ammo, number 4 for damage, then these to chase them a little, and then number 5 and number 1 to reset number 3 into the other state. And I think I'm on the wrong build, so it didn't reset. Yeah, we were on PvE build. So one sec, we'll switch to PvP build real quick and try that again. There we go. So now we should have better stuffs. All right. The rotation should be a lot better now. So we start with number 3 and number 4 and number 2 to chase our opponents, number 5, number 1 resets number 3 into this instant state, and immediately our number 4 is reset, our number 5 is reset. We can spam that again, and it's just a continuous spamming. So I'm going to go for the monsters again so you can see how the rotation works. Keep in mind that the monsters are a little apart, spread apart, so the rotation might look a little wonky. I don't know if it will. This is the first time we're checking this out, and there we go. It does look pretty good actually. Yeah, and that's basically it for the PvP and PvE auto rotate. Again, I will show you guys it on screen so you can screenshot it if you want to, but this is just one of the many rotations you can have for this class. This is for PvP. You can screenshot that and just make your own build exactly like this if you want to. And then we have the PvE section, which is like this. If you're asking why we don't have this on, I just felt like it might be more for nuisance in the rotation than, you know, not having it at all. And that's basically it for this entire video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this has helped you understand this class a little more. And from now on, please just keep in mind, none of my guide videos are for certain levels. If they are for certain levels, I will state it in the video, or maybe even in the thumbnail, or even in the title of the video. I do not do those type of guide videos. I try to make every single player, whatever level you are in this game, understand the class or understand what I'm talking about. So that's why I explain as much as I can and account for various scenarios, showing examples, showing demonstrations, pointing, and all those things. My guide videos are not just this is how you do this, copy that, and forget about every other thing else. They are detailed. That's why I put detailed in them, because I'm explaining everything. Anyway, I feel like I'm yapping too much. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, or requests, drop them down in the comment section. I read all of them. I'll respond to you if needed, or make a video if necessary. Take it easy again. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.